Hi everyone, as you know I'm Ren. I'm back after a while now, and I thought I'd try an experiment. I thought what I'd do is have a Windows 7 Ultimate virtual machine, and inside it a nested virtual machine with Windows 7 Ultimate as well. And I thought what I would do on the host machine is try Unity on both machines, on both the nested and the virtual machine, and see what happens. Just see what comes out. Okay, so right, so so this is how you go about it. Now, first thing you need to do, right, obviously make sure that you're running your Windows 7 virtual machine, your host virtual machine, and then what you need to do is make sure that the virtual machine is showing the folder where you've got your original install executable for VMware Workstation. Okay, so to do that, you just go to the virtual machine name, second click, and go to settings, go to options, shared folders, and it could be, say for example, your downloads folder. So if you want to add your downloads folder, just click add, click next. There we go. Of course, go to your username and just click downloads. And in my case it'll be called downloads 4, as you can see. You need to enable the share. Don't have read only, just in case. And there you go. Right. Now I've already got that folder added, so I can remove, in my case I can remove that, what I've just added there. But obviously you need to keep yours. Okay. So the next thing to do is just click OK. Then in your virtual machine, go to computer, double click your shared folders, find the folder where you've got your original VMware install executable, VMware Workstation installer executable. Okay, now I need to find mine.
Now we have the best holiday ever. Do what we came here to do. Get better at swimming. Go on, Pussy Patrol.
There we go.
Unfortunately for him, someone was the only person.
But this was a reason. Look at orange sombrero. Here we are. The dressing on that.
Just install Workstation.
We had to take the orange out of those in the grade. There were two orange. That is not a joke. We de-oranged them in the grade. Idiots. You obviously can't tell on this terrible screen we're watching on at the moment on the VHS.
I can't believe this guy's doing this. They're doing the sound. You're dissing the people who are in their gap. They'll reach them off.
They're not bothered about the picture. I think your screen is fantastic. Boss James is unsure.
If anything, I think it's quite sympathetic to the camera work.
And the dressing. And the orange clothes.
Oh, why can't I throw me into it?
Again, this is a scene shot months later. Do you know what? There's a pattern to what when we try to be sensible. It's about
There we are.
the weather and how disappointing it was.
Now you may want to go for custom or typical, it's up to you. I'll go for custom. Just I always tend to go for everything installed, so you don't need Visual Studio plugin, but I'll go for it for my purpose anyway. And you don't need enhanced keyboard utility either. You don't need these for what we're doing, but I'll install them anyway for me. Leave that on the default HTTPS port. This setting is obviously up to you whether you take it or not, depending on the legality of it.
It probably isn't enough. I mean, if you're watching this, coming up is probably one of the worst of the lot. I'm now leaving the room.
That setting's up to you as well.
It's just popping off to the toilet. This looks good. This is good. This is miniature sound. Over to you now. Ben's going to talk elaborately now for about 5 minutes about the lighting of Supla. That's you, Ben. Right, yeah. So, Ministry of Sound. Again, those lights there? They weren't all there. Some of them were there. All those lights were there, and a man who came in and moved them. In fact, the man who came in and moved them, we spent about an hour setting up all the moves, and then.
And there you go. That's doing its business.
You befriended him, you worked quite well with him. And he did a brilliant job once he pulled it all back. Here we go. My favourite bit this he's a slippery fish, Ben Wheeler, isn't he? Yeah, my favourite bit of the roster on the left. I don't know where they go. This is my wife to be. Lovely Kate. Lovely Kate. Well, hello Kate. Okay. Kate. Kate found Fernando. That's it, basically. But she's a great job. This man actually exists, and he does probably not this act, but he definitely puts his penis in his mouth. I was sent a link to Fernando's site, and I happened to be eating some Tesco's rotisserie chicken at the time. Still, this might not see that. We'll have to go back and delete that. Both Boss James and also James sort of they flagged that. I saw him press a button. Go no, can't mention Tesco. Yeah, he's doing the cut across the throat. I was sent a link. Can't mention chicken apparently. It's a good joke. What he said was, you can't mention chicken. Sorry. No, carry on. Spoiler merchant out there. No, mate, we've got side parties, so you've got this, we've got you feeling quite secure out there with the three of us in here. You could all come in here and have a go. This is hard, what we're doing here. I'm sweating. You know, I've got to say, listener, viewers, these headphones are made out of plastic. Are you sweating? Well, this is why. Only one ear. Just sweating on one ear. When they're shooting, I've got their headphones like this. It physically makes me sweat. It's really what's left of my hair. Headphones? Large headphones. I don't know how people do it. Remember when they're plugged into a Walkman? Back in time bygone. Ben's just showing his age there. I'm 67. It's amazing that I still get to see teen movies at that age. It's now wishing it's quite still. Pussy Patrol t-shirts. Talk about that. They're pink and they've got a cap with a huge erection. They are in there. Some debate went into that. Obviously, how you get genius design. The cat in profile. Where did that design come from? Who created the design? Amalgamation of things. I would like to say it was me, but it wasn't actually. Well, it's an amalgamation of Sylvester the Cat, clearly. No, I would never say it was anything to do with Sylvester the Cat.
It's a wicked place, this. Nice vibe.
What, you think a bloke sucking his own?
Where are we at now?
Just one thing I want to remind you, it may be a good idea to make sure that you've got these settings enabled. I'll show you. If you go to processors, make sure that the preferred virtualization engine is set to Intel VTX or EPT, and EPT or AMD and RVI, and Also, make sure you've ticked virtualize Intel VT/EPT or AMD/V/RVI in order to accelerate nested virtual machines. So it's probably a good idea to make sure that you've got that ticked as well. Okay. All right. Let's see how the install process is going. Ah, here we are. Now, I've just got to pause on this bit. Right, the install is now complete, so just click finish, of course. Now what you need to make sure is that you are sharing the folder or drive that you've got your Windows 7 Ultimate ISO residing on, right? Or of course you can use a real Windows 7 disk. So here we go. What I'll do, I'll make sure that I am sharing the folder where my ISO resides. It doesn't appear to be here.
This was always a contentious issue. Patrick Conroy. Maybe we should talk about Patrick Conroy. He'll be doing it first. Also, James, what's the time code here? Tell me that. 1 hour, 1 minute. That's Chinese. That's different days. We'll go back and delete that. What's it? Get Mexican.
Can you fast forward this bit?
So we've done over an hour and we've not mentioned Patrick Conroy.
We've briefly mentioned it.
Has he got enough airtime?
We haven't mentioned him in the recce. That was quite special.
We're all like three idiots that can't work with anybody else. We're now working on a job together.
Right, just give me a sec and I will find a folder or a drive with Windows 7 Ultimate on the ISO image.
Honestly, nobody's listening to this. So, what's happening?
Here's a drive where I've got an ISO image. In my case, it's drive A. Don't know why I've put it there, but I have. So I'll just go into settings here.
Also, James and Boss James have leapt in the air there. But we call him natural space.
Share drive A.
We'll move on. So we're doing a job. Now they're afterwards. So we're doing a job in about 10 days' time, and in a location that now we turned up and squatters have moved in pressingly after going.
There we are.
Amazing offensive filming and cleaning this was fun. Well, we like
And there, refresh. That appears there. Okay. So what you need to do now is make sure that VMware Workstation, whatever version of VMware Workstation, is installed properly.
Also, James is going, yes, it does. Also, have you got a squatter issue at your...
Run VMware Workstation.
Okay, I'll tell you what, viewer, we won't waste your time talking about it. We'll talk to also James about it when we come out.
It's getting too political now. I'm just feeling quite confused with that. Basically, that house has been left empty by the
We should talk about it. We step up. Let's step up.
We'll move on.
These things are good. This is a good thing. Ben Wheeler, your waste.
Obviously accept the agreement. Here we are. Now what you want to do is create a new virtual machine. So create a new virtual machine. All you need to do is go for typical here at the minute, and we need to browse for the image file, of course. So go to my computer, find your ISO, double click the ISO. What it should do is automatically detect your operating system. Right. Just give me a moment.
No, what I was going to say actually previously, the water scene, that was and the answer was to that was probably one of the most difficult scenes to shoot. Turned out it was quite hard work. But it couldn't be bothered to come on that part of the scene. No, as it turned out. You said that, didn't you? So did I. It was so difficult, you couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered to turn up. I'll give that to somebody else. Anyway, it was a very hard shoot. That a whole night shoot in the water.
Right. Obviously, one thing you've also got to do is make sure that you've got enough hard drive space on the host virtual machine. So there's also an option here, store virtual disk as a single file or split virtual disk into multiple files. I tend to go for virtual disk as a single file, but it's up to you, of course. Right, now to check if you've got enough hard drive space on your host virtual machine, go to your host virtual machine's My Computer, and here it tells you if you've got the right display setting on. It tells you how much free space you've got. So there should be enough space there. That's 16.5 gig. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a 10 gig hard drive, and click next. Right, what you may want to do is customize your hardware. Now it's up to you how many processors you go for, of course. Now
pick your bits and go, that was me. That's Ian Morris.
the virtual machine, the host virtual machine I'm using, has 1 gig, but the recommended amount of memory for here, as you can see, is 512 meg. That should be okay, as long as it's nothing over the halfway mark of what your host virtual machine is. You should be okay. Alright, you shouldn't hopefully get too many performance issues. So again, I recommend going for acceleration technology, Intel VTX EPT or AMD RVI. I'm going to virtualize Intel VT and EPT again. You don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for my purpose because I'm going to do something probably later on with this myself. You can leave it as one processor. I've got two processors on two processor cores on the host virtual machine, so I could set two if I wanted to, but I'll leave it as one, it doesn't matter. You don't need to touch the other settings, so just click close. Make sure power on the virtual machine after creation is ticked. Just click finish. Obviously it says, do you want to continue, because you're running in a virtual machine. Yeah, obviously just click OK. You may get degraded performance depending on the power of your real computer. You may get degraded performance in the nested virtual machine. It's most likely anyway.
Also, James?
Ignore what that says.
Listen to us for an hour and 12 minutes. You should write to Young Quark Productions and they should get a signed photograph of Ryanair or somebody.
Or, I mean, yeah, if option 3 on the comments, if we are option 3 on the comments, where are we in the list? We'll be on the bottom. 4, oh my god, that's depressing.
She told me 4. I'm going to call it 4.
So, I mean, if anyone's
definitely stealing things from here.
I've listened to 3 commentaries before, and we must hear these 3 clowns. If you're still with us after an hour and 12 minutes,
let's take some complimentary pencils. Ain't getting nothing else like this. I'm not going to make any money.
Look, what they surprised us with the popcorn pencils in their Facebook.
Let's do this to sell ourselves.
Here we go.
Back into helicopters. No, I think these are
the amazing
Jeremy Braben.
Jeremy Braben. Well done, Jeremy. Jeremy's a very fine
helicopter work. Yeah, that's the cafe that we reinvested today. That the socks is blurry. We've got that. We're in the English cafe.
This is one of our earlier things, I believe.
What? Early on?
Possibly even like day 1 in the Orca.
Yes. Well, it's sunny, isn't it then? So that, I mean, we got
half the thing.
Yeah, there we go. Interesting. If you're doing
Now, depending on the architecture of your real machine, you will have a choice of what architecture you can install for. So you can either install x86, that's for 32-bit processors, or x64, which is for 64-bit processors. So if you've got a 64-bit real processor, you could choose x64 if you want to. Right? I'm going to choose x64 because it's got a lot of benefits, obviously. So, of course, make sure that you choose x86 if you've got a 32-bit processor. Right? Now, what you can do, you can check your host operating system on your real computer for whether it's a 64-bit operating system or not, and it'll say system type 64-bit operating system. That's one way. There's another way. You can go into system information, So system tools there, as you probably know already. And if it says x64 based PC, that means you've got a 64-bit processor. Okay? So if it says x86 based PC, that'll be 32-bit. Okay? So there you go. Right. Now in my case, I'm going to select 64-bit. Right, installation is nearly done now, so what we need to do here, as you can see, is put a computer name. So I will call this Win7, oh, silly me, I forgot to put numlock on. Win7 VMware PC. Excuse me a minute. Right, I'm going to sort the settings out for this at another time. Obviously the internet is a home network as far as I'm concerned, so
Move it, the cheek of anything, just wipe it off.
I might start drinking again. Anyone fancy joining me?
Yes, and she's going to be on the boat tomorrow? So we just get 5 minutes alone with her and know what that's the job's fate. So can you go and get those tickets?
I really know how to make a girl feel special, don't I?
Yeah, I know. Claudia's going to love it. Can you hurry up?
Simon's plan was coming together. Meanwhile, Jane was about to experience the full force of Jay's boyish charm.
I knew you got from the sun.
Charming. What's happened to your face, Jay?
It's a food allergy.
I do from the past. Maybe nice fun allergy?
Yeah, because
Meanwhile, Neil had a surprise in store for Lisa.
his daughter has a serious condition.
right, it seems to have loaded up, so I don't understand why it said it couldn't install Windows, but let's log in and see what happens.
Mr. Joe, we mates. You are away in this evening. I've never liked him. He's been late since primary school. He's a little crybaby put, and he's there. Everyone took a piss out of that. But not me. I didn't. Fucking wish I had now. You did a bit. No, of course, a bit, but not enough. He's a total twat. Oh, that's harsh, mate. He can be a knob, but he's not a twat.
I'm going to sell my place.
Oh, you have a great care.
She means so much to you, I don't care about her spots. When we get enough money together, I can buy a ticket to boat concerts on Sunday. Whatever it costs. Money is all I need. I agree with you, money, but there's no harm in it. It's no offence to the president. You're going to help. We'll just constantly undermine it. Yeah, don't keep fine.
She knows he likes me. 13 years he's been tracking me down. Oh, fuck him. What's that? Boat party tickets. I bought 4 the other night before I passed out. Cost a fortune. Thought I'd surprise him. Well, this is fucking surprise. I'm like, Jay, don't. No, fuck him. Fuck that dick room too. What's we doing now then? Now, you have the best holiday ever. You do what we came here to do. Get better at swimming. No. Go on Pussy Patrol.
Unfortunately for him, Robert wasn't the only person in Marion trying to sell shit no one wanted.
Hello. Top clothes for sale. Come on, clothes for price. I think we'd have more luck selling the big glasses. Isn't that Carly's friend? Was it red? I didn't know his friends. Alright, mate. What's this? The world's shittest food for? Just sell a post.
The computer is restarting again, the virtual machine, to install VMware tools. So let's see how this goes. If you use Easy Install, it automatically installs VMware tools.
Yeah. You crying? No, it's just the smoke in here. Literally.
Here we are, the virtual machine has restarted.
Getting out of here. Let's go for a swim. Come on, you. Are you swimming?
Oh, I can't because I haven't got my swimming costume.
Oh, no. I haven't got mine
Excuse
either.
me a sec.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to go naked. You?
Oh, right.
In fact, I'm going to go full screen here a minute.
You're naked.
Give me a sec.
I know Jane, probably, yeah.
Maybe a little bit slow.
Fucking hell, really?
Yes.
What about you?
Well, I need to meet with someone for love.
Of course.
Sorry I can't time for a quick dip.
Obviously, Alison and me was never going to happen.
Let's wait for it to change the resolution.
No, I had no fucking chance.
What are you doing? Get it off.
No, yeah, good. I will.
Go on then.
All in good time.
I'll look away if you like.
Yeah, that'd be nice, thank you.
Okay, so I'm looking away now.
There we are.
So, only the second time today, Simon was tricked into
Oh.
getting naked. Further
Oh,
on the beach, the
does
first
that
step
sometimes.
was to see
I don't know why.
on the computer screen.
Let's see if I can drag that window. I can't seem to drag it. A minute, there we are. It's always best to wait for the hard drive to not be so busy first before you log in. That's the same with both real and virtual computers. There we are. Yeah, I think it's no, it's still it's not so busy now. So just log in. Let me just point out another thing here as well. Also, it might be a good idea, if you're going to do this, it might be a good idea to have your virtual machine type, just a second.
As soon as I'm not blind, I'll be right over with you and the other naked ladies.
Software's extremely busy at the minute.
I'm really sorry, I've tripped. I've lost my glasses.
Might be a good idea to have your operating system
No, you were down there doing that.
set to Hyper-V, which is basically unsupported by VMware, but I think it works pretty well. So you know, it might be a good idea to set your operating system type to Hyper-V, because Hyper-V is a virtualization platform type. So Hyper-V is used in mostly in Windows 8 and Windows Server. I think it's Windows Server 2008 onwards, I think. Certainly Windows Server 2012. So although this is Windows 7, you are running virtual machines in it, so it might be a good idea to set your operating system type to Hyper-V, just in case. I know that this allows Windows Virtual PC to work, so it should hopefully, it does guarantee that VMware Workstation will work. So there you go, that's something you should do, I think. So let's have a look at the nested virtual machine here. I think it's calming down the hard drive now. Yeah, it is calming down. And it don't seem to be so busy now, so let's try this. Right, let's auto fit the guest. Just check that there we are, VMware Tools is properly installed. Right, so let's go ahead and try Unity. So if you click this Unity icon here, hang on, let's bring up some windows first. Let's bring up that, and let's bring up Notepad. Right, now I'm going to leave this, the nested virtual machine, on Windows Vista Basic, so because you should see a slight difference in the window colour, so you can tell which is the host virtual machine and which is the nested virtual machine. So let's try entering Unity mode now. This may be a little slow, as it is running a nested virtual machine, so this is what you've got to understand, of course. Just wait for the windows to come up. There we are, and as you can see, there's a kind of pinkish. I never really realised this, but as you can see, there's a kind of pinkish border around each window anyway. So let's drag these windows about a bit. Now we've got one window on the host virtual machine. Let's change the colour a minute of the aero transparency, so I can differentiate between the virtual machine and my real machine. There is a slight colour difference, but it's very minor. So oh, hang on, I just thought you'd be able to tell anyway. Yeah, because you don't get the maximum aero effect.
In a few weeks. Oh, what? Just because Lou's going? No, because I want to. What about me?
Let me change it to my favourite colour anyway.
I don't know. I thought you knew I was going in.
Yeah, of course, no. It's just that I was going to use my granddad's money to set us up in business. Selling car stereos to Premiership footballers. Neil was going to open a depot. Me being a real Ferdinand in sales. I had a life in that.
Right, let's change the window colour and let's go for green, my favourite. So right, save changes.
I thought I'd surprise you. You tore them up. What? After we had the fight? Yeah. I was angry.
Right, now let's try it. Let's try Unity. Now, I don't expect this to work properly, but if it does, it will be truly amazing. So it's a really cool thing that you could do that with a nested virtual machine. So let's try it now.
You can have my bed tonight. This one's a bit bitey.
Ah, hang on a minute. It seems it ain't gonna do it. Let's check that yeah, let's check that VMware Tools is working properly.
Like literally everyone in Marriott had a ticket. Well, everyone except me and Simon, whose mood was now bluer than his balls.
If I could, I'd give you my ticket, sir.
You can. Just give me your ticket.
Yeah, but I really want to go, so you actually have fun. Take Dave's ticket.
No, you mean it.
What, for the Jane? No. In case the captain dies and I need me to drive the boat. He's not on the bottom. Maybe that's me now. For the record, I don't think that's...
Right, I think VMware Tools is working properly.
I cannot believe we're doing something. Well, they were apart. We love for you and they love for you. Lucy! Alison!
Let's check that I've got all the features that I need enabled.
I don't know. You ask her rather than talking about your ex the whole time, you might find out.
VMware Tools. Let's have a look here. Synchronise gas. Unity.
You look as bad on the outside as I feel on the inside.
I feel like shit on the inside too.
Although, we don't need a cube on my kids. Anyway, seeing you in such a mess has cheered me up a bit.
That's good service. You know, I haven't done my back thing. Must be reassuring to know that however bad life gets.
Right,
It is.
Good. That means every time you're down, you have to
let's try it this time.
Yeah, I think I might. Starting with today, I've got new
Right.
ticket for the boat party. That's a journey.
Yes. More than anything.
Great. On one condition though.
anything.
At no point are you allowed to say, I told you so.
Not sure I can guarantee that.
So is that the word wrong?
So it appears to me that if you've got a nested virtual machine in Unity, it
Great. Lucy, make sure it doesn't hang itself. I'm off. Look at me. Follow my clock.
does not work on the host virtual machine. So let's try coming out of Unity on the nested virtual machine.
We'll say it.
Why is this coming up?
Being a dick.
Sorry, I don't understand why that's coming up.
Calling your hair.
You only got that much. Okay, I'm sorry for having so much jelly left.
Right, there we are. Let's come out of Unity on there.
If you like, I know, the two of us. I quite fancy just staying by the pool.
Yeah, I mean, why spend the day having an unbelievable fun party boat when you could be taking you the best man swimming at family hotel?
I'm serious. I don't want you. I might even cheer you up.
Tell us something, basically.
So let's try Unity on the host virtual machine now.
Simon, if she really means that much to you,
It seems it's not working for some reason.
Lucy, if you really want to play,
I bet if you don't run VMware Workstation inside, it'll then work. So let's try that.
I'll see you later. Enjoy the pool. Will, I got a ticket. I got a ticket. Will, I got a ticket.
The boat party was Jay's promised land. Sun, sea, booze, and who knows, maybe even some sex, minge, family and tits, and booze, and sex.
Remember all, cheap shot to get us started?
You are kidding. Oh, come on, it's the best cure. Fair enough, one's open.
To the pussy! The pussy!
To be in players. Fine. To me and Carly.
No, you're right, mate.
Right. Oh, I'm going out to find her anyway. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. What? Ah!
You know, I should probably find Jane. Promise her a dance.
What?
No, just a dance. And then we can get some proper fit gash. Jane's alright, you know. She's alright.
Right, let's quit that.
Jolly. Neil, what a horrible thing to say.
Just you and me then, Will? Oh, gosh. What was I thinking? Tequila? Shit. Sorry. Make your bloody mind up, you Wally.
Right, that's properly quit, hasn't it? Yes. So let's try it now. Oh, what's going on here? It's not working at all now. So let me try restarting the machine and see if it works.
Richard! Alright, mate. Alright. How's it going? Yeah, not too bad.
We've been together forever.
sorry, Simon, could you just kiss me again?
Sorry, Charles. This is wrong.
What?
Because these anti-drugs campaigns will be more successful if the truth out there every now and again there's a small chance that you accidentally slip some food.
Simon? You alright? Yeah. Yeah. The first time in my life I think I actually am. I'm clear anyway. How'd it go, Carly? Long term good, short term horrific.
nervous, though?
No, but I am starting to think that maybe Kylie's not all that.
Oh, it's taken a while. Don't blame another.
I think...
Right, let's try Unity now on the host virtual machine. Right, that's working, as you can see. So let's just try one more time with the nested virtual machine, because I think what happens is, if you try to do it with the nested virtual machine, don't know what's happened to the start button there. If you try to do it with the nested virtual machine, it disables it on the host virtual machine. So let's try again and see if my theory's right. If my theory's right, you know not to waste your time now trying this yourself. Though you've probably wasted enough time watching this video, to be honest with you. But if it don't work, then then I will do another video where I try it with VirtualBox. Okay?
Simon.
I think I've shit myself.
So I'll try running VirtualBox inside VMware Workstation and see if we can get the two Unities to work hand in hand that way. Right. For some reason, here we are. Hard drive's not so busy now. Right, let's power on this virtual machine. Don't need that to ask me that again. Right, let's log in. Right, let's just try it one more time, yeah? Okay, just give me a second here. Let me fit the guest. There we are. Now notice that on neither of the Unity icons there is, on neither of them there's an I symbol. I noticed when it wasn't able to go into Unity mode, there was an I symbol on the one that I clicked. So let's try the the nested virtual machine first. Let's bring up a window, and there's some other windows. There's another window brought up on the host machine, of course, at the minute. So let's try Unity on there. Right, so that's hang on a minute, it won't let me click in the virtual machine for some reason. Let's give it a sec. Right,
Ian and I had
here we are.
it would be,
That's working, as you can see. So let's try the
and we talked a lot about things we used to get.
the outside virtual machine Unity.
Essentially, I think we thought boys at that age are.
Let's see
it's funny
what
to watch and
happens.
to listen to.
We were such dickheads at that age, and our friends were such dickheads at that age, so we based a lot of it on people we knew.
Let's have a look here. Give it a second.
You know, my friends that I used to hang around with and lived a lot of the stories that the in-betweeners, you know, have kind of immortalised.
He's not very creative at all. It was all down to us guys.
Who stepped on an accident?
It's found by a northern couple, sort of poke you with a stick.
They do that a lot of them.
And then I woke up in the morning with a bitten 48 times over my face and hands.
At the very beginning, we went through lots of anecdotes and stories and ideas we had for what teenage boys get up to, and then a side file, if you like, of holiday stuff, which seemed like a particularly rich vein.
Boys going on their first holiday, because it's such an important part of that kind of British adolescent experience. I've done about 4 years.
It's done about 4. And remember back to what I got for my 21st birthday, which was
Right, what's happening here? Let's have a look.
Lots of money at the time to spend on a lad's holiday. And now I must have just pissed that up against the wall on the worst, cheapest alcohol you've ever seen, a terrible apartment, and the most dreadful food. And that was my 21st birthday present. So right from the beginning, there was always the idea that we wanted to take these characters on holiday one day. Film set in Malia.
Yeah, the film is set in Malia. So we originally
Some shooting
in Malia, did some shooting in Malia last summer, and then sort of went away to try and prepare for the main body of the shoot. And we ended up choosing Magaluf because the big thing for the film was having enough extras to populate, you know, scenes like the boat party and the strip at night and nightclub scenes, and to do all those, it's very difficult to get, you know, hundreds of people anywhere, and getting them out to Greece would have been just slightly trickier. So yeah, it's
Right, for some reason it was saying to use multiple displays in Unity mode. The virtual machine needs to be restarted.
So the opening of the film,
Now,
effectively,
you notice here
where typically his masturbation
that you've only got
pretty familiar territory.
the one
The in-betweeners.
window.
When you see that happen on a big screen, you need a big
Now hang on,
setup
you've
before
got this
film opens, camera travels through the air, flies down through suburbia.
you've got this icon here for
and reveals Jay
VMware.
in his bedroom. Masturbating. Sounds pretty easy in a sentence. So we then had to plot it out, and that shot then became a real helicopter at the beginning, CG clouds, and then we'd have to create CG joins from the beginning of the shot, where we'd have to take the camera right up in the air and do it tracking over suburbia, Google Maps style, and then also get it travelling through the window and
Right.
into a shot that's a Steadicam shot.
It don't seem to be working.
Along the floor and then up over the side of the bed, and sort of reveals him.
Ham was a late addition, so we had quite a bucket of sand originally.
We thought it had flesh-like properties, so...
I think when you're in one, as a teenage boy,
I thought there was a chance it might work, but it don't seem to be working.
try anything.
So,
Yeah, well, there's no chance of...
I'm sorry to waste your time, so to make it worthwhile, I'm going to show you something else that might be cool here,
In Jay's
towards the end of this video now.
Normally that's the end of it though, you don't go any further unless you're a serial killer.
You always had that thing about the MPs, Steve Milligan being caught in suspenders and stockings and that sort of
Let me just come out of Unity in here. Right, let's see what happened
Again. Yeah.
to the
Opportunity, actually. I do want
nested
someone
VM.
to sort of stick up for Carly a little bit. Simon, he's
Um,
an idiot. Like, he does throw up over her brother and spray paint her driveway and
Yeah.
RCD. He does a lot of weird, ends up
Yeah.
naked on a boat.
Yeah.
And everyone always hates Carly for it, but Carly doesn't see the lovely, loving side of Simon that the audience sees.
Yeah, saying that again for some
It
reason.
needs to be indulged, really. She doesn't like when he's...
Don't know why it's saying that.
With him, even though it's just an accident.
Completely ruined my fashion show.
Made the fashion show, arguably.
First came here in 2007.
Don't know what to do. I think under his breath practically.
Well, as you can see, this is what's happened. So, kind of a waste of time, really, but it's really strange what's going on here, actually. In fact, I can't seem to get the cursor in the virtual machine
I hired a quad bike.
for some reason.
Fun to take me and my girlfriend out sort of round the town, and we used it for the afternoon, and I was supposed to have it that afternoon, that evening and the next day. So I used it for the afternoon, went inside for something to eat, come back and it had gone.
So this is what's happened here,
Leaked.
and
So I got some people on the job for me to find out what had happened to it.
so it's just
So
messed
I'm
up.
gonna get it back. Finally.
So, I think the best way
It was stolen by the man
to get out of this,
who sold it to me.
that says enter Unity mode, so that's going to go back into it.
I was standing on my head because there's a scene we're about to film where Will.
I think the best thing to do,
is getting drunk with a
close that
he's in a bar
window
and he's downing
and issue
fish bowl, which is an exotic
the shutdown
drink
signal.
they serve over. And Malia, but he's upside down, so he's got to drink it upside down. So we were just doing it.
In fact, actually, that is the way to do it. The way to do it is to make sure you click shut down guest.
Yeah, the night shoots
Okay.
were a bit grueling. I feel a bit grueling.
Hopefully that'll
It doesn't move me.
shut down the guest in
It's not too
a
bad.
suitable manner.
I mean, in the context of that, they were quite tough, I suppose.
So let's see what happens here. Right, as you can see, that has shut down safely. So to make this video worthwhile, I'm going to do something else cool here. I'm going to try installing VLC media player and DVD fab passkey in the nested virtual machine and see how high definition video comes out. We'll see how it comes out. So I have got an absolutely mean beast of a computer, so it might come out really well.
We've done the skinny dipping scene, which was incredibly interesting.
My big scene was the scene that comes before the skinny dipping in the beach, and I basically have to try and will Jay to take all of his clothes off and stop him. In that order? I don't know. It's an sort of empowering
It's not
thing to do.
resizing for some reason.
It's a really empowering thing to do, and fuck it.
as you can see, it's a complete dive. The towels and everything are just decorations.
Right.
From abandoned buildings, from what you can see.
Yeah, that seems to have.
I think some squatters have been in here, and somebody's written, literally, drink my blood.
Oh, it's not very responsive at the moment for some reason. I don't know why.
Or is it in English?
Need to get a memory manager on this virtual machine.
But vampires don't ask you to drink their blood.
Good point. Good point. So maybe it's part of the training. You know, like doctors have to, you know, examine.
Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my Blu-ray drive, my inbuilt Blu-ray drive on my computer, my host machine, my actual computer, with the host virtual machine, and also share it, of course, with the nested virtual machine. So I'm going to make sure that I've got the icon set to drive G, which is my Blu-ray drive. Yeah. And
Not too much fun.
I think for everything that we need, I've already got the shared folders ready.
This is the dead dog that we're going to take out of the
So on the host virtual machine. So of course we'll need to share them with the nested machine as well. So excuse me. So we'll try this. We'll go to settings.
At one point that kept being placed there, so it kept falling off.
And we will select, we'll find out in the virtual machine what the Blu-ray drive letter is. Now currently, actually, I've got a DVD playing on the Blu-ray drive, so I'll just swap the drive. Really, it should come up and say BDRE drive. But it's saying CD drive for some reason. But it should come up with BDRE anyway. BDRE, well, not BDRE, BD-ROM capabilities, I mean. Not BDRE capabilities. Should still have BD-ROM capabilities, so
Blake Harrison plays Neil, who's an idiot. Blake is also an idiot. No, he's not quite as idiotic as Neil, but it is close. Okay, it's a Blake one. Simon Bird, who plays Will, even though he's the newest to the group, he.
Right, I've now inserted a Blu-ray disc into the Blu-ray drive.
But socially inept. Well, as they all are, really.
Let's see what happens here.
The organiser, since we've been out here getting everyone together for meals and trying to find wine.
DVD fab has come up. Let's select the right region.
He's one of the very talented actors. He's a gifted shoe designer. He's working on for night.
This is risky.
I don't know what that noise was about, but if you heard it, I mean. Seems to have come up with the disc though. Let's see if it can read it. Yeah, it can read it.
So we're being pat to
So
on this film. Damon seems to have taken a particularly sort of front.
yeah, that seems to be okay.
When I'm not busy writing
Yeah.
or producing the film, what I like to do is spend my day...
Oh, I forgot what drive letter it was. Just give me a second. It was drive letter D. So we're going to select D
So yeah, we're doing a
in the virtual machine settings.
really bravely said he'll but we just realised we were opposite the ocean and that's...
And I think I've got all the shared folders that no, I haven't. Not on here, silly me. Right.
We've blocked off some of the...
So I've set that up as I need to.
Taken a launcher and they've suddenly moved around to near us. But,
Now, we need to go to shared folders.
kind of what they do, so...
Select always enabled. Map as a network drive in Windows guests. Must have that setting to make it a lot easier to connect to the shared service.
We had these huge screens up to shield the scene, and then on the other side there was David.
Now, what I'll attempt to do is share the shared folder.
Fending off these sort of would-be shots.
Now we can go in here, go in network, because it comes up as a virtual network device. So, a virtual network drive. So let's just see how this goes.
Sort of hoping for a romantic lead. This is bullshit. This whole film is bullshit. Yeah, perfect. And then he's dragging like that.
And then you click VMware host.
Like that. And then he gets down here, and then he's on his back there.
And I tell you what, we'll just see if we can share the shared folders here. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
What sort of depth do you want Salvador to get me from?
Right, it warns you obviously to make sure it's available when running the virtual machine. That's kind of obvious. Hey, this seems to be working. This seems to be successful, so that's good. Don't know why that... stupid thing. Don't know why it's done that. But anyway, there's a warning here.
This is normally big when it was cold.
There seems to be a warning icon on the icon for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, let's see how it goes.
Jojo's put in the ambulance. So, hopefully it's going to work. We're pretty confident, really.
Yeah, of course, these need to be the shared folders that contain DVD fab and VLC media player. So, let's start the virtual machine.
The boys have a fight. Joe and, well, character Simon and character Jay fight. I think every friend follow, another one of my friends, I had a fight at some point with one of them. Yeah.
You're very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Short-tempered prick.
But But I think it seems like a very classic thing that happens on lads' holidays. Is people fall out.
Right. Oh, I've made a mistake with my password. Excuse me.
Oh, miserable bloody life. Because I have 3XL. Do it, wankers.
Right, as you can see, it has loaded up now. So, oh, something happened there. I don't know what. So let's see if we can access the shared folders. It seems we can. Right, well, it seems to at least some extent to be working. As you can see, it hasn't come up with all the folders because I registered one of my drives with the host virtual machine. Oh, excuse me for this. Just ignore that. That's to do with something else. Right, now I think it's this downloads folder of mine here that contains DVD Fab. So let's find DVD Fab. Give me a second, sometimes it takes a while to go through the shared folders.
Just getting my glasses! No, as soon as I'm not naked. No, I'm going to go to the Palace Hotel. That's where those girls we met last night. Right, so it's about to pull my number. Right? Who? Why do it like that? Right?
Here we are. DVD Fab passkey is what we need. Just wait for it to finish detecting all the files. There we are. One thing that may be degrading the performance of the nested virtual machine as well is that I'm running the host virtual machine off an external hard drive. So I think if you can, it may be beneficial that you run it on your internal hard drive instead of external hard drive, because believe me, it will improve the performance, especially on an SSD. On an SSD it will really improve the performance. I haven't currently got enough space on my SSD to do this at the moment, so I use my external hard drive.
In diving, the boards at 1 and 3 meters and the platforms at 5, 7.5 meters. To be honest, I love diving. It's a great sport. It's very sort of, it's very mental. Like, because actually, what you do, the dive is like 1.5 seconds or something. So it's not really about long, sustained physical exercise. It's about the one thing that you've got to do, and it's about kind of preparation. I think it is actually quite a good sport for an actor to do, because the same sort of things that you need to do before a dive, you need to do before a take. You need to find a way of kind of putting away everything that's in your head, so that you can do what you've got to do. I'd recommend it to any actors. So that should drum up a few numbers for the old diving world. I think I could do that now if I had to. Not quite so high because it's further away, which is a phenomenon called perspective, which you might be familiar with.
Well, the scene we had to create was someone on the boat decides to dump Carly essentially and swim back to shore to get Lucy. So he goes up the top deck and tells everyone.
Right, asks you to restart the computer.
He dives in.
So here we go again.
To do that, we shot that over 2 days.
I'll pause whilst that is doing.
The sea, we had a camp.
Right, it's loaded up. Right, seems to be calm, the hard drive. So, now to it. It's busy again. Hang on a minute. It says a new version is available. Oh, for God's sake, sorry about this. VMware Workstation seems to do this sometimes. Right. Oh, for God's sake, what is it doing? Seems to be responding now. Right. We're not going to get the new version at the minute. We'll just check it's fully activated. Yeah. I'll just carry on as normal. So we'll go to the shared folder again. Windows is obviously still loading. Seems to have accessed it quicker this time. Right. Let's go in here. And let's find VLC. We'll use the 64-bit version. We'll wait for it to finish detecting the files. Right, we'll try and execute the file now. Right, shall we try it now? Yes, I think so. So, I'm afraid you won't be able to hear the audio though, because I'm currently recording, so alright. So we've got DVD Fab active. Hopefully this will work. It might not come out brilliantly. As you can see, the interface is sometimes a bit laggy. But we'll see how it goes. I've just thought of something that might help is if you go into the user folder, press Alt, go to Tools, Folder Options, I select Always Show Menus. That's my personal preference. Select Show Hidden Files, Folders and Drives. Okay, you must select that. Show Hidden Files, Folders and Drives. That's important. Okay. Also uncheck Hide Protected Operating System Files. Okay. Now, click Apply and click OK. Oh, right. Now go to App Data, Roaming, create a folder called AACS. And then with your host virtual machine, create another shared folder. So go to your shared folders, click Add, click Browse, go to your user profile. You should see App Data. Now, in my case, I can just go to App Data and go to Roaming and share the AACS folder, because I've got the same setup on my real computer. Now, there's two files that you need for this. I will put the links to them in the description. Okay. But I'll show you the two files in a second. Right. Now go to your shared folder. There's the AACS. Right, the files you need are keydb.cfg and libaacs.dll. Now you can simply just bring the virtual machine to the front, double click the AACS folder and just simply select and drag both these files into the virtual machine. Well, you should be able to. I have done this before. There, it's letting me do it now. There we are. Okay. Now these files usually allow you, together with DVD Fab, they usually allow you to play Blu-ray. So go ahead and load VLC again. Let's try it. Let's try it with menus. Let's see how it goes. Perhaps the region isn't set right. Let's try region B. Let's have a look at advanced in DVD Fab a minute. Right, it is set to region B. So let's try VLC. Nothing is happening for some reason. Let's try double clicking that. No. We'll try reloading it again. I'm pretty sure I've got the drives set up correctly. Yeah, I have. For some reason it's not working. Let's try a separate file. Now what's going on here? Aha. we seem to be having some success. That's only the copyright warning. Okay. Let's try a bigger file. Ah, there's two biggies at the top. Right. Let's try this biggie. Hey. Ah, doesn't seem to be coming out very well. Ah, it's improving. I'll try and turn it up so you can hear it. Oh, what's it doing?
Do you think it matters in the long term, or is the subject and standard of degree more important? What?
Just
Well, this was inevitable.
You mean me worried?
It's time to keep safe.
When did this happen? A few weeks ago.
I got a feeling it's going to improve.
How would I? Oh, yeah. I don't think. Up in London. I spent my entire life around.
Right. Right, I don't think we're going to be getting anywhere with this. This is how it comes out. So yeah, that's it. I think the whole thing has stopped responding. So I think I think that's it. It's kind of impressive in a way that it's got as far as it has. but I don't think we'll be getting any further, so let's try and get out of this if we can. No, I don't think we'll be getting out of this easily. No, I don't think we'll be getting out of this easily. So let's get out of this. Let's just shut it down. Just do a normal power off, a full power off. Well, anyway, sorry this hasn't been massively productive, but thanks for watching anyway. Okay? Alright, bye.